we are presenting. We are the Konchian-Gberuk Electoral Area. The problem we identified is poor rate of teacher retention in the area. We realize that most of the schools, when GS post teachers there, in about a year's time, they disappear. So we have a situation where even in some schools, you have 3 or 2 teachers teaching in the whole school, which is a problem to us. So these are the stakeholders that we have identified. We have District Director of Education, we have School Improvement Support Officer, CISO, then heads of schools, then PTA, SMC, opinion leaders such as traditional authority chiefs, queen mothers, the sub-chiefs, youth chiefs, unit committee members, assembly persons, you can name them, educationists among others, and religious leaders. Then we also have all student unions of the schools who are identified as stakeholders in this issue. Let's turn to the other part. Then information holders. We have identified pupils or students of the schools, PTA and school management committee. Again, the school improvement support officer, heads of schools, concerned teachers, staff of a district education, such as the director of education, HR, that is human resource, AD supervision, among others. Then we have identified some persons that we think that they will support in solving the problem, and they are those we have termed as influencers for, and they are PTA and school management committee, then the school improvement support officer, heads of schools, staff of, or name them earlier, the director of education, among others. Then opinion leaders, traditional authority, chiefs, queen mothers, youth chiefs, and the other opinion leaders, including unit committee members, the assembly person, the religious leaders, retired educationists in the area. Then we have concerned teachers who are much particular about the education in the area. Then we also identify disciplined students and pupils who will want to be educated, are also those who are seen as influencers for. Then we also have concerned youth and women groups, as well as all students and all student unions of the schools. They will be interested in supporting. Look at influencers against. Here we are looking at students who are not disciplined and are truants. For these students and pupils, they will be happy that we don't ensure teachers are in the school teaching them. So they will not want us to solve the problem. And then ignorant parents who do not know about the essence or importance of education will not want this problem to be solved, so that they can have their wards to use them on farms and businesses. Apart from that, corrupt staff members of Ghana Education Service wouldn't also want us to tackle this problem because they are beneficiaries. These are persons who receive momo and envelopes to ensure that they either give assurance letters or they cover up these teachers and validate them so that they continue to be on government payroll when actually they are not teaching or they are not at post. We have also identified ill-informed teachers who would not understand the essence of equity. And we think that it is about my own interest. Once they have posted me here, I don't like the place, I want to go back. That shouldn't be the case. The case should be that where your services are needed, you are sent there to go and turn things around. So persons who are not well informed like that will not also want to support us to solve the problem. Then let us look at the action plan. What do we intend to do to solve the problem? The first thing we want to do is that we want to sensitize the community to let them know the impact of poor teacher retention in the area, so that we can reap their support, reap the support of interest groups such as student unions, such as women groups, such as youth groups, to support us to solve the problem. So that is what number one thing we can do to make things better. Then who do we want to use to do the sensitization? We intend using the security supervisor, we intend using the assembly member, we intend using educationists from the education office and from the area to do that work. And the time we want to do this, we see it as a short run. So we are looking at from October to November 2024, we should be able to do that. Then we intend organizing community labor and fora to discuss this. We also intend doing expert discussion on information center and FM stations to actually disseminate the information to the entire community to reap their support so that they will help us to solve the problem. Then the second thing we want to do is that we want to provide accommodation and incentives for the teachers who have been posted into the community. Some of these teachers, because we don't have a single staff bundle for teachers, we get rooms for them in people's houses. And they have problems staying with people who have their own wives and children. They also come to stay with them in the same compound, sometimes privacy among others. They feel uncomfortable. Initially, the other problem we had was electricity. They always complain that they do not have electricity, but now we have it. So we think that if we are able to give them accommodation, so that they will stay away from people and then concentrate on their work, they will be a bit comfortable. They can even bring their families to stay there. It will help a lot. Then we said that who will do this? We think PTA and school management committee can do something. And then we also think that the district assembly can also do something to support this, including the MP who is also a member of the district assembly. Then the timeline is October 2024 to January 2025. We think we should put in measures to do this. Then we said, what are the actions we should do or we intend doing? We will lobby the assembly, including the MP. We also encourage PTA to embark on self-initiated projects, self-help projects. Sometimes when we started that way, NGOs and then government and the assembly may want to come in to support. Embassies like US Embassy, they have that project. The ambassadors self-help project where they support communities that have embarked on projects that they are not able to complete. They will be interested in helping us if we are able to start putting up some bundles for teachers. Besides, we also think that if we consider getting teachers who are natives of the Bunkpurugu Nakpanduri District posted in our area, even if they don't come to stay there, they will always come to the community or the area to teach and go back. But a situation whereby teachers are posted from Accra, from Kumasi, from Afrao to this area, this border community, very far from their hometowns, they quickly work their way through to leave. So we will want to have teachers who are natives, some of them natives of the district, posted into our area to teach. So we think that who will do this? The District Director of Education. The timeline is 2024 to 2026 because postings, they have their period, so we have considered that. And that is going to be a long run. Then, what action is to be done? We intend lobbying Education Director in the district to ensure that he actually studies to get to know some of the natives in the district, to post some of them to augment the poor staffing in schools in the area. And having said that, we think if these things are put in place, it would actually, if not eliminate, improve upon the teacher retention in the area. Thank you so much.
Comments?
Thank you very much. I equally thank my honorable member for this great presentation. But I realized that first presentation that Bunkpurugu people made, their problem was inadequate teachers in their school. The same thing to Nakpanduri, the same thing to Konchian-Gberuk Area, especially in Bunkpurugu. I will suggest that, honorable, you have said that, but if you can elaborate it shortly in our dialect to clarify the doubt. Thank you very much, honorable.